Hey, what's going on, guys? Kitsune TCG here, back with another video, and today I thought I would show off a update in the kind of November format here for the Adventure Traptrix deck. Thought I'd go over some just kind of like different changes. So starting off with the main deck, you still are running 3 Myrmelio. Obviously, in a lot of instances, you're not really going to have the normal summon effect, which is fine, but in the event that you don't draw into the adventure deck, this is definitely the one you want to be seeing the most of. It's definitely the best. Obviously, it's also special summon effect is really good, so definitely want to max that one out. To Dionea, similar thought process for why you want to play 2 of this one. Its normal summon effect is nice, turn 2 or 3, so that's definitely why you want to have that in there. Typically, you're not being restricted on then. And plus, its special summon effect is pretty decent and can be pretty useful at times. Mantis, again, kind of similar kind of thing. Like, you can definitely make use of its effect if you need to. If you're kind of bricked up in Mantis, grab Myrmelio or Dionea for like turn 3 or whatnot. So it really just kind of depends, but overall, still a pretty decent one to run multiple of. Arachnocampia. Obviously, this one's pretty good here for being able to extend and just bring out another level 4. So, in a lot of instances, just overall pretty generically good. The 1 Vesiculo, still just kind of worth playing one of, a lot of instances you don't want to be kind of, pitching any of your traps, but, definitely can kind of come up. So, one of it's not bad, plus, it can just still work as a summon as well. The 1 Pudica. This one also has a pretty good special summon effect, just being able to get rid of a monster, so definitely do like that one overall, of just kind of as like a different option between it and Myrmelio. The 3 Parallel Exceed, I don't think that you should cut this down to 2. Maybe you could if you wanted to try and maybe include some more hand traps and cut down some other areas, but I like 3. I like being able to bring this out and just making sure I'm ending on another rank 4 monster. Especially since, things like a Mistdweller are pretty generically good in this format. Same kind of thought process behind the Shade Brigadine, just being able to, trigger, Sarah turn 1, plus being able to just kind of get in a level 4 on board. Overall, pretty good. Your trap holes, you run at a few. You still are running I think the 2 Gravedigger. These are obviously going to be pretty good. They hit a lot of, hand or graveyard decks, which there are definitely quite a number of them that are pretty popular. The 1 Floodgate, only really need a 1 run of this. Definitely, pretty impactful card when it can kind of come up. The 1 Holteca, this, it's basically like a 4th Shade Brigadine. Obviously, you do have to kind of discard something with it, so it does make it a little bit worse, but, definitely kind of can come up in some instances. So it can be still pretty good. And then just 1 Terrifying Trap Hole, just kind of like another option here for you, depending on what you're going against. And obviously, some of these things can be switched around depending on if like you think a better trap hole works for your locals or whatnot. And then still kind of running the small Therion engine. It's only 3 cards, so it's not too bad to include. You could definitely, if you feel like it, change this out maybe with like playset of like Nibiru or something like that, just like another hand trap, if you think that would be better than having like an additional negate, which obviously to kind of protect yourself going second can be pretty good as well. And then into the Adventure Engine, we are running the 3 Water Enchantress, the 1 Wandering Griffin Rider, the 2 Right, 1 Fateful, and 1 Dracoback. Do have the 1 Foolish Burial as well, just in the instance that you maybe have drawn Regulus and you can like just dump the Lily Borea if you already have access to the just Water Enchantress. So a few things you can do with it. It's obviously going to mainly be a 4th copy of Water Enchantress, but it does, I guess, have some other like functionality in this deck. And then just rounding it out, 3 Ash and 3 Droll. I think those are the generically good hand traps. Obviously, maybe in the side deck you could play something like DD Crow for certain matchups. So really just kind of depends on what your locals is like or things like that. But I think those, to me, are the generically kind of good hand traps. But I will just kind of quickly show off the extra deck. Alright, and just kind of quickly going over the extra deck. Again, I think a Mistdweller is pretty good in this format. just kind of being able to something that you can end on that just is going to lock your opponent out of any graveyard effects for the next turn. I think it's going to be a pretty neat effect for you. The one Rafflesia, obviously this is kind of one of the things that you generically probably game one if you don't know what your opponent is playing, going to end on. It gets you access to obviously your trap holes and then protects like things like Sarah, so definitely think that that is still worth running, obviously. The one Traptrix Pingalacara. Another kind of really one that, like, obviously you can just kind of like useful, searches out like a Traptrix monster, gets that to hand, so worth playing one of, can obviously come up in some instances. The Alamaris. Another thing here, high attack that you can kind of take advantage of, plus being able to just kind of bring one back if you need to like trigger an effect. Then you are kind of running the Zeus package, you're running the Chakanine, the Borbo into the Zeus. Obviously pretty handy, Now this deck does have a lot more ways of, turn one, if you obviously didn't go first, being able to get 2 Traptrix monsters on board, and you can kind of just quickly put something on there that your opponent has to deal with, and then, from there, if they do deal with it, then you can kind of like maybe make some plays if you've kind of, baited it something out, so really handy to run. Obviously, Zeus is still really good in pretty much any format, so definitely something to keep in the deck. Then you do have the, kind of Therion package. We have the Merrymaker plus the Sargus. Obviously, this is going to be the main way that you are going to get into, grabbing the Lilyboria and then going into the Regulus. So, pretty good little package overall. Do have the 2 Traptrix Sarah, 1 Link Spider, 1 Splash Mage, 1 Decode Talker Heatzel. Now, what's really nice about this is, obviously why you can also, another thing you can go into with the Parallel Exceed is, link them in a Splash Mage, bring back 1, go into Decode Talker Heatzel, and then, being able to draw 2, maybe not the best with only 6 hand traps, so that can be something where you can switch it around, but I still kind of like it overall, just as like something else into if you kind of need to start digging a little bit into the deck, so I like it, but, obviously there'd be some instances where if you were trying to play a little bit more of a hand trap focused version, that would be where I think it'd be a little bit better. And then just kind of lastly, the Link 3 Traptrix, that's kind of just being a little bit of a, kind of big boss monster for you to kind of finish out games. Pretty easy to summon, and it has a pretty good effect overall, so that's the extra deck. I definitely like this build overall. Obviously, some things you can kind of like change. I think anything that's kind of like trap focused or has like a lot of like different like applications, like such as Traptrix, you really kind of have to just kind of tailor it to like what works for your locals. So yeah, let me know down below what you think. Like I said, definitely a lot of kind of areas that you can just kind of mix and match with what you think's works best. But I will see y'all next time.